Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday's building strength class. It's going to give people a few moments to log on. So today we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff lying down on our mat. So make sure you've got something you're comfortable lying down on set up. We won't be using any equipment. We'll be mostly on the mat today. So get yourself set up with mat or towel down. We're going to start on our hands and knees and let's get into it. This is the building strength class. All right, so we're starting on our hands and knees. And let's just get the body a little bit warm. So we're just going to rock back gently. So we're just coming back and forward. It's a nice simple mobility exercise. Back and forward. Should feel fairly easy. Okay, what we also now want to do is activate our abdomen. So while we're set up here, we want to get our abs and pull them in, right? So pull your belly in, keeping that tight. I want you then to rock back and rock forward. It's going to be a little bit harder. You'll feel more work through this area, right? So we set up. Pull the belly in, rock back, rock forward. We're going to do 5 of those, keeping the movement slow so you can control the abs. This is nice, deep abdominal strength that we're building here. It should be kind of a subtle feeling. And if you go too far, if you rock back too far, you'll lose it, right? So keep it on, coming forward. Coming back. Good. Okay. Next up, we're going to have that same feel, like that same contraction through our abs. I'm going to just take one leg back. So we're setting up hands and knees. We've pulled the belly in. We're taking one leg back. We're going to hold that for 5. And then we're bringing it in. And we're going to alternate. So other leg, take it back. Hold that. Trying to keep the abs on, the body nice and long. And change. While you hold your leg back here, make sure you've got the bum squeezing, right? So we've got our glute on. And change. Good, keep that going. Other side. Leg is out, we've got our abs on. Trying to keep our spine nice and long. Change. One more on each side, taking the leg out. And last one. Good. So next up, we're going to modify that slightly and go into donkey kicks. So same setup, right? Hands and knees. We're going to have one leg a little bit off the ground. I'm just going to move forward so you can see my leg. And we're pushing it up to the ceiling. Up and down. So we can pre-contract the abs. Push the leg up. And bring it down. And where you're going to feel the work is when it's up here, you're going to feel your hamstring and your bum working. Okay, so let's do 10 of those on each side. Up and down. And the leg doesn't have to fully come back to the ground. All right, so you can tap the knee there. You should be feeling this in the back of the leg that you're lifting up. Remember, we're doing about 10 on each side. So let's switch sides. Okay, so get yourself set up properly. That's the most important part. Those hands are shoulder width apart. We've got our abs on. We lift the leg up and then we kick it up towards the ceiling. Good. All right, so next up, we're going into a push-up and a rock back. So same setup, hands and knees. We have our hands slightly wider this time. From this position, we've got, again, abs on, all right? We're going to lower ourselves down. So we're doing a push-up in a 4-point position today, rather than being out straight. So we go down into the push-up, and then we rock back into a stretch. Come forward, push up, rock back. This should be a way that you can do a push-up that your body kind of likes, right? It's less load, less stress, but still working through those muscles of our chest, shoulders, arms. Try and control the way down, and then enjoy that rock back. Okay, we're going to do 2 more of these. Coming down and back and down and back. Nice. Good work. Okay, next up, we're going into an arm and leg extension or a bird dog. So we're set up, hands and knees. We've got abs on, right? So pull that belly in. We're going to have a big abdominal focus today. And we're going to take one leg back like we did at the start, and then we're taking the opposite arm. Okay, so arm and leg raise, and then come down. Change sides, leg, once you're stable, arm, and then down. Now, I don't want you to take them together, right? Because for most people, it's really hard and they start to wobble and shift, and it's not good technique. So it's a really good technique. Abs on, strong through the hands, take the leg, take the opposite arm, bring them both back down together. Other side, leg, arm, and down. I'm going to keep going through those. Keep refocusing on your abs every time. Contract, leg, arm, down. You should feel this one working through all the muscles in your trunk. Right? So this is going to be some of your back muscles. It's going to be some of your abdominal muscles as well. You're going to feel your glutes working, so your bum muscles. And you'll feel your shoulders work a little bit too, just from that arm raise. Keep it nice and slow and controlled. This stuff is always better when we control it and we go a little slower. Good work. All right, next up, let's just do another mobility exercise, loosening up our spine. We're going to go into a cat-cow. So we're breathing in, curving up as high as we can go. We tuck the bum under, try and get a nice high arch through that spine. And then breathing out and reversing that. So I'm kind of curving down, right? Trying to curve this part of my spine as much as possible, sticking my bum out, looking up with my head, really looking up with those eyes, sticking the chest out. Breathing in, tuck the bum under, tuck the chin in, lift up high. Breathing out, stick the bum out, stick the chest out, look up high. Breathing in, tuck the bum, tuck the chin, arch up. Breathing out, stick the bum out, stick the chest out, and look up. Let's do 2 more of these. Breathing in, tuck the bum under, tuck the chin in, arch up. Breathing out, stick the bum out, stick the chest out, and look up. Final one, breathing in, Tuck the bum in, tuck the chin in, arch up, breathing out, stick the bum out, stick the chest out, and look up. Excellent. All right, before we go through all of those again, we're going to do one more. This one's going to be a modified plank. So we're starting on our hands and knees. We're going into a hover plank. So what that is, let me just move forward a bit so you can see my feet. So what that is this. We just lift up a little bit, okay? So I've got my toes on the ground, I've got my hands on the ground. My hands are about kind of wider than shoulders, right? So setting up there, abs on. We're going to hold for 10. Here we go. Lift up. And we're holding. Knees are just off the ground. 3, 2, 1. And down. I want you to make sure that your shoulders are stacked. So that means the shoulders are above the wrist. Okay, so you're not back here and you're not here. Let's go again for 10 seconds. Here we go. And up. 3, 2, 1, and down. So you're going to get some work through your upper body and through your trunk, through your abdomen. Okay, number 3, holding for 10. Here we go. And up. 3, 2, 1. Good, we've got 2 more of these to go. So setting up, good strong posture. Number 4, holding for 10 seconds. Here we go. Up. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, final one. Getting set up. 10-second hold. Here we go. Up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay, so we're going to do all of that again. Let's just take a moment. Let's just roll those shoulders. Just kind of welcoming that body to some exercise today. Warming it up a little. Good. Let's just raise our arms up. Have a nice stretch out. Reach up to the ceiling. Look up to the ceiling. Arch yourself back a little bit. Get a stretch through the spine. Okay, we'll do those shoulder rolls again. And we'll do one more reach, reaching up. Up nice and high, looking up, arching back a little. Good. Shake those hands out. We've been leaning on them a lot. That might be difficult. If you find you're having trouble with that, you can always go down to your elbows at any point. So you can always be down here. Or you can go on your fist, which helps keep your wrist straight. You can also go on your fingertips, or you can be flat. So we have lots of different options that you can try. Okay, number 1 is our leg extension. Number 1 is our rock backs. So setting up here, abs on, right? Nice and tight. We're rocking back and we're rocking forwards. This one's just to get you connected to your abdomen. We want those muscles to be felt, even if it's subtle. Back and forward. You're just trying to really pull the abs in. Pull the belly in. Turn everything on. Okay. Now we're going into our leg extension. So we're setting up. We've got the hand below the shoulder, the knees below the hips. We activate our abs, so pull the belly in. We're taking one leg back. Excuse me. And we're holding that for 5. Coming back down, changing sides. And what I want you to do with your foot this time is don't point it, have it so as you push back, so that toe is pulled back, right? So that's what your foot should look like. Okay, here we go. Coming back. And let's just keep alternating, counting to 5. Trying to keep ourselves as stable as possible, so the only thing moving should be your leg. Make sure that you actively engage your abs every time before you move your leg. And then once your leg is out there, you squeeze your bum muscle of the leg, on the side of the legs onto this guy. We've got one more on each side. Okay. Next up, we're going into donkey kicks. So remember, good setup, get those hands nice and secure. We've got one leg just up, and we're pushing it up to the ceiling. Up and down, and up and down. Trying to keep everything here still as we let that leg lift. And you're going to feel the hamstring and bum working. So we're doing 10 on each side. We're going to call that number 4. Good. All right, changing sides. Lifting up and coming down. So remember, abs on. Push that foot up towards the ceiling. Okay, good work. So there were our donkey kicks. Take a short break. And then we're going to go into our push-ups and our rock backs next. So we're setting up. We have our hands nice and wide. Okay, we're in that 4-point position again. If your knees are unhappy, I'd suggest getting a rolled up towel or a cushion underneath your knees. Okay, here we go. We're going into our push-up, down, and then we're going into a rock back. So the work's in the push-up, and then we get a nice release and break through the rock back. We're doing 10 of those. Thinking about your posture, right? Keep everything nice and controlled. Good. Okay, next up, we're going into our bird dogs or our arm and leg extension. So that is where we have, again, our 4-point position. We take one leg back, we take the opposite arm out, and then we bring them both back down, and we alternate. First step is same as every other first step. Abs, right? Engage, tighten, pull it in, whatever you need to cue that. Leg, arm, and down. So what I think of as I'm doing this is I think abs, leg, arm, down. Abs, leg, arm, down. It's going to help you make sure that you force those abs on, because they're going to help to stabilize through your trunk, and sometimes they get a little lazy. We have to tell them to turn on. Try and keep that trunk nice and still, so we don't want to see it shifting all over the place. Last one. Good. Okay, on to our final exercise of this little circuit, and we're going into our hovers. So these are our modified planks. Again, setting up like all the others on our hands and knees. And we're getting ready to lift up. So we're going to be on our toes and our hands. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. So it looks like this, okay? But we're holding for 10 seconds once we're up there. We're going to do 5 in a row. Ready? Here we go. Up and hold. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to have about 10 seconds recovery this time, so a little bit less than the first round. Getting yourself ready, and up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Number 3 of 5. Here we go. Abs on, lift up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. 2 to go. Hopefully this is feeling all right. Abs on, lifting up. 3, 2, 1, and we've got 1 more to go. Let's do it. Abs on, lifting up. 3, 2, 1, and down. Excellent work. All right, so that's circuit 1 complete. What we're going to do next is we're going to lie on our belly and do some exercises from that position. So I'm going to get you to be face down to start with. So lie down on our mat, on our belly. Okay, what we're going to do is start with our arms above our head. We're going into a version of a swimmer. So we have our forehead down to start with, our hands are above our head. We're going to pull the arms back to this position here, right? So we're starting from here, we're finishing here, and what happens is, as I pull and slide those hands back, squeezing through my shoulder blades, so I'm getting work through this area, squeezing through the shoulder blades and lifting up a little bit. So you should feel a whole lot of work in the mid to upper back area. And then coming down, reach those hands forward, relax the forehead back to the mat. We're going to do 10 of those. Sliding back, squeeze the shoulder blades, and come forward. Sliding back, squeeze those shoulder blades, and come forward. Now you can either keep your elbows on the ground, like this, or you can lift them up and use a bit more extension, like this. Okay, so slightly different exercise. A little bit more work in the second version. And try and get that work through the middle of our back. We've got 2 more to go. Okay, the next one that I want you to try is a body roll. This one's probably going to seem a little strange. We're going to have our head down, our arms above our head. We're going to roll from face down. We're going to try and roll our whole body so that we lie on the side. We're going to lower ourselves back down to our belly. Roll to the other side. Come back down. Roll. So what we're trying to do is roll our body as a unit, and you're going to feel some muscles through your trunk working as you roll. If you need to, you can use your hand to assist kind of the way down, and then roll the other way. Trying to keep everything as a plank. So what this will do, I'm going to get you to keep doing that one, so keep rolling. What this will do is it's going to activate lots of muscles through the front and lots of muscles through the back. We're trying to keep ourselves really straight as we roll forward and back, right, to each side. And you might not feel much happening, but it should activate a bunch of stabilizers through your body. It should feel good, but it might be a little bit harder than what you thought it would be. Okay, let's have a break there. That's one that you can always keep practicing on your own. It's one that for a lot of people, they find it a little bit challenging because they're not used to doing that kind of movement. Okay, next up we are on our side. Just going to roll over onto our side. We're going to have our knees bent. Just get positioned here. All right, so we're going to have our feet, our hips, and our shoulder in a straight line. So if my back was on the wall, I would have my feet touching the wall, my bum touching the wall, and my head touching the wall. I'm going into a clam. A clamshell is where we lift up and down. The first rule of this one is have your hips stacked. So that means that you're not forward and you're not back. We have the top hip directly above the bottom hip, right? And a nice straight stack. I'm going to get you to put your hand on top of your hip because that'll help you know when you lift that leg if you're rolling back, which is our body's favorite way to cheat with this exercise. So we're lying here and we lift that top leg up and then we bring it down. And what we're really trying to do is to keep this area still. All right, so you're going to feel work through the bum, through the leg. And if you're doing this and rocking back, you're doing it wrong. Feet together, hips still as we rotate. You might be feeling that bum by now. This exercise tends to work our glute med. It's one of our kind of stabilizers through our hips. It's a really important, all our muscles are important, but the glute med is very important when we start to look at hip stability. Okay, so now what we're going to do is straighten the top leg. Keep the bottom one bent. So we've got our body in a nice straight line. We're going to lift that leg up and down. Now the body's favorite way to cheat with this one is to bring the leg forward, right? What I want you to do is to keep it back, keep it in a straight line as you lift. Up and down, slow, controlled. And we're feeling that glute work. This one's probably harder than it looks. Okay, we're going to do a little stretch and then go into 2 more exercises on this side before we roll over. So let's bring that knee up to your chest. Just let that leg just hang. So you're getting a stretch through the hip, through your bum, through your back potentially. Okay. So the third exercise on this side is a leg circle. So we have our legs straight. We're going to draw a circle with our foot. So I'm just lifting it up and around. If my foot was the end of a pen, it'd be drawing a circle. And you're going to be feeling that hip work. Let's change direction and go in the other way. Good. So you should be really feeling that glute now. That's kind of all of this area here is going to be burning. That's what we expect. Okay, the final exercise before we change sides is an arm reach. So we're not going to work our glutes this time. What we're going to do is take this top arm, put it on the ground. We're going to reach forward as far as you can go. And then I want you to reach back. Keep the hand on the ground. Let it roll over your body. Put the elbow down to the ground. And then if you've got the room, reach your hand out so it ends up going on the ground. Bring the hand back to the body. Roll yourself forward, put the hand on the ground, reach your arm forward. That should stretch out through your back. Coming back, hand to the body, rolling back, elbow down. If you have the space, open the hand. Bring the hand back to the body, roll forward, reach forward. Sliding back, hand to the body, elbow down, reaching out. Okay, good work. We're going to change sides now. We're going to go through those 4 things on the other side Just going to give you a moment. So you can either just roll over or you can flip around like I'm doing so you can still see the screen. And we're going to start with our clams. So lying on our side, we've got our head, so our shoulder, our bum and our feet in a line. So we don't want our feet here, we want them back. So we're in a nice straight line this way. Relax your head down so you're comfortable. We're going into the clamshell. So we've got our hips stacked, one on top of the other. Lift that knee up and then come down, up and down. Remember, the body's favorite way to cheat with this exercise is to let your hips roll back. So your hips roll like that, and that's not the correct way to do it. This should be working through your glute or the side of your glute. That's why having your hand there can really help you see what's going on with your body. Okay, next up, I'm going to straighten that top leg. As you just slide myself away a little bit from a wall. Okay, so we're straightening our top leg and we're lifting it up and down. Remember, the body's favorite way to cheat with this one is to bring the leg forward. So keep it in the line of the body, right? Just straight up and down. Working through that glute again. Okay, let's have a little stretch before we go on to the third one. So bring that leg up. Let it just rest on the ground there. Just going to get a bit of a stretch through here. You might not feel much. That's okay. Just let it hang. Okay, number 3 are our leg circles. So again, we're in a straight line. Bringing that leg around in a circle, in any direction at this point. We will change shortly. Nice big circles, slow and controlled. Okay, change the direction of your circle. Okay, good work. Now let's bend both those knees. We're going into our arm reaches now. So lying on our side, we have that top arm, it touches the ground. We reach forward as far as we can, right? Reaching forward, getting a stretch through the mid-back, sliding the hand back, rolling it over the body, bringing the elbow down, opening that hand up. Hand back to the body, rolling forward, hand to the ground, reaching forward. Stretching out through the mid-back. Coming back. Bringing the elbow down. Opening up. Hand back to the body. Rolling forward. Reaching forward. Coming back. It's our last time. Bring the elbow down. Reaching out. Good work. Okay, so they were our side lying exercises that we're going to do today. The next thing we're going to do is lie on our back, and we're going to do some work on our back. So if you need a quick drink, grab that now, and then we'll come back in just a moment, lying on our backs. So we're starting down. Okay. So the first one is going to be a side knee dropout. So what that is, it's an abdominal exercise. With our abs, so our deep abs like we were activating earlier, we're going to basically get them on. So pull the belly in, get a contraction there. And then we're going to take one leg, so I'm going to use my left leg here. I'm going to drop it down towards the ground slowly, just keeping these abs on, and then bring it up. So I want you to try that. So we tighten through the abdomen, we keep that contracted, as we take that leg down to the side and then bring it back up. Our feet stay on the ground the whole time. Let's try the other side now. So we have abs on. We're going to drop that leg down towards the ground and then bring it back up. We'll do a few more like this. This is a more subtle exercise, so you might not feel too much. If you need to, get your fingertips and put them where your deep abs are, right? So near where your hip bones are and just inside, so that you can feel that muscle on as you come down and up, then relax, retighten, other side, down and up, relax, tighten, leg down and up, relax, tighten, leg down and up. We're going to do one more on each side. Abs on, knee down, knee back up, relax, abs on, knee down, knee back up, relax. All right, so next up we're going to do heel taps. So we start with our feet up, so our body and legs are in tabletop position, and we're going to engage those same muscles. This one's a little bit harder. Hinging at the hip, we take the leg down and up, and then the other side down and up. We're going to alternate each time. We're going to keep it slow and controlled. I want you to lock out that angle at the knee. So your foot is not kind of doing this. You're bending at the hip every time, right? Hinging at the hip. The knee angle stays the same. We've got those abs on. You should feel them working. Two more on each side. All right, and then feet down. Good work. All right, so that should have been working through the abdominal area. Next up, we're going into a glute bridge to work our bum. Okay, so we're going to squeeze the bum, push the heels into the ground, lift our bum up, just to wherever you're comfortable. So this is high enough, right? You can get your hands underneath your bum. That's good. We're holding for about 10. And then we're going to come down and relax. All right, so we squeeze the bum, we lift up. We're pushing those heels into the ground. That helps us to feel our glutes and our hamstrings. And coming down. Good. I like to lift the toes up, so it's just my heels on the ground. It makes it a little bit better. Squeeze the bum, lift up. And down. Squeeze and lift. And down, squeeze the bum, lift up, and down. Let's do 3 more of these. Squeeze the bum, lift up, and down. We've got 2 to go. Squeeze your bum, push through the heels, lift yourself up. And down. And our last one, squeezing the bum, lifting up, holding that for 10. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Okay, so our next exercise is an up, up, down, down. So abs are engaged again. We lift one leg up, the second leg up, put the first leg down, put the second leg down. So we're going to start with our left leg every time for this one. So we go left, right, left, right. You should be feeling that working through the abdomen, maybe even through your legs a little bit. Keep it slow and controlled. We've got 3 more. Two more. And last one. Okay, so now we're changing to the right leg. So it goes right, left, right, left. Last 2. Excellent work. All right, next up we're going to do a floor angel, so like a snow angel, right, but on the floor. So we've got our palms facing up. We're bringing our arms up above our head, bringing them back down. So we're trying to get them from down by our side, keeping them relatively straight, all the way above your head to the hands. Tap each other, and then coming back down. It'll depend a lot on your shoulder range of motion. So if you need to, you can not have your elbows on the ground, right? So you might need to just have the hands on and have the elbows up, especially if you're tight through one side, especially from a surgery. And just work through a range of motion that feels good for you today. So that might not come down as low as I'm showing you, and it might not go up until your hands touch. You're in charge of how you do it and how it feels. So just keep it feeling good. If you find you're really tight, you can always try just one arm at a time. It'll make it a little bit easier for you. Last one. Good. While we're here, let's go into a chest stretch. We're going to start with our arms up. We're going to take them out to the sides. If lying here, that feels a bit easy, you can always bend at the elbow and lie out that way. That should make it a little bit harder. So we've got the arms bent and we're out. And just hanging out there for about 30 seconds. With every breath out, I want you to think about your spine, your back, relaxing. So that area between your shoulder blades should just be able to relax with every breath out. We want to open up through the chest and shoulders. So think about that area, also relaxing, letting it go. Okay, next exercise, cycling legs. So we're bringing the feet up into the air, and it's easier to push up towards the ceiling like this, and it's harder to push out horizontally. You're in charge of the level that you push out. I want it to feel good. I've started the time. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. You might find that you do a little bit up, and then you come down for a bit of harder work, and then you bring it back up, and you start to feel your back will get a bit tired. You're in charge. So we're doing this for 30 seconds. That is halfway. Try and keep it slow and controlled. Last 5 seconds. And rest. Feet down. Good work. So you should have felt the abdomen working a little bit just then. All right. Okay, final couple exercises. We're actually going to sit up for. So I'll get you sitting up. And what we're going to do is have ourselves set up with our hands behind us. We're going to lift our feet up into the air. And we're going to tap one foot down at a time. So this is a version of a V sit, right? So my body is kind of like a V right now here. I'm using my hands to help support, and even just holding this position with my feet up in the air, I'm working through my abdomen. So let's just get set up in that position. Find a way where you feel your abs on a little bit. And we're just going to take one leg out. Tap the heels of the ground. Try and be light on our arms and our hands. So while they're assisting us, it's only slightly. Okay, take a short break. We're going to sit up. Nice and tall. Stretch out through that spine a little bit. Use your knees to kind of help there with your arms holding them. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do from this position is a reverse crunch. We're going down just to wherever you're comfortable and then sitting up. So the way I'm showing you right now is the easiest version. Slightly harder is with your arms up. And I want you to go down until you feel the abs kick in. So they start to work. We pause and then we sit up. We come down, pause, and then sit up. So we're trying to work through the abdomen here. Keep that going. Down, pause, and then up. Good. And the next one we're going to do is a bridge this way. So we're going to lift up into that position. Okay, what we're going to do while we're up there is squeeze our bum. So I've got my heels on the ground, my toes are off the ground, my hands are behind me, I'm activating my abs, I lift up, I'm squeezing my bum, we're holding this for 10. Three, two, one, and relax. So someone will give you a combination of glute and abdominal work. You're going to get work through your shoulders and arms as well. Okay, we're going to do 3 of these in total. We've got the toes up, heels are on the ground, abs on, lifting up, squeezing our bum. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, we've got 1 more of these to go. I find I get a much better workout if I have my toes up with this one than if I have the feet fully flat. All right, last time, here we go. Abs on, lifting up. 3, 2, 1, and bum down. Good work. All right, let's go into a few stretches before we finish up today. So we're going into some shoulder rolls again, like we started with earlier on. Up, back, and down. Good, we're going to bring that chin down to your chest. Having a nice stretch through the neck there. And you should feel this on the back of the neck. And we're looking up towards the ceiling now. Getting a stretch through the front of the neck. If you keep your jaw closed, teeth together, you'll get a stronger stretch. Okay, let's bring our ear down towards our shoulder now. So these classes will all be put up on our Instagram TV. So Instagram has just changed how they're letting me post things, which is excellent. And so now you'll be able to instantly find this on the Trelaw CRP Instagram TV after the class is done, which is lovely because it wasn't that simple before, changing sides. Tuesdays is a building strength for beginners class. We will always use no weight. Some days we will be standing, some days we will be lying. My goal is to help show you and teach you safe ways that you can begin to build strength. Let's bring our arm across our body. There's going to be some things that you really like and some things that you don't like. I encourage you to find things that are working for your body and keep doing them. We want to do strength training at least twice a week, okay, to ensure that we're actually making a change in our muscular strength. And so these classes can be, the box ticked for once, and then you can always join in on Saturday if you have some dumbbells or some tins and do our stretch and strengthen class. Changing sides. And then Thursdays is the building stamina class. So that's where we have half an hour, we get the heart rate up, we're doing a whole bunch of different movements that are also going to be helping with your strength, but the primary focus of the Thursday class is stamina, so that's fitness. Okay, let's just roll those shoulders 2 more times. And we did a bit of work through our glutes and hips today, so let's go into a stretch for them. So we're going to have one leg in front, one leg behind into our 90-90 stretch, leaning back to stretch our hip flexor. Okay, so now we're changing. We're going to lean forward. We're stretching now through the front leg, through the deep glute. Okay, so leaning forward if you need to get down onto your elbows to make it feel that stretch. And getting into our bum muscle. Okay, sitting back up, we're going to change legs. So put the other leg forward, the other leg behind. We're going to start with the hip flexor, so leaning back. So today was all about trunk strength and stability. So we did a bunch of different abs and glute exercises and other things that are engaging our trunk as we do them. Hopefully that felt good for you. And if there's something else you'd like to see in these classes, make sure you reach out. Let me know what you want, and we can always weave it in. Okay, we're leaning forward now. So coming forward, stretching out through that front leg glute, right? So through our bum, putting our forearms on the ground if you need to. Okay, and sitting back up. Alrighty guys, that is a wrap for today's class. Thank you so much for joining me for the Tuesday Stretch and Strengthen. Tuesday Building Strength. My name is Sarah Weller. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Make sure you give me feedback if you want to see something different in these classes. Alright, see you soon.